There's not a single messianic prophecy that the New Testament Jesus fulfills. And we could talk more about that. Christians say it's 300, but there's zero. Christians say it's 300, but there's zero.
Are you okay? Jesus fulfilled consecutive prophecies. Allow me to explain. Micah chapter 5 verse 2 says, "But as for you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, too little to be among the clans of Judah. From you one will go forth for me to be ruler in Israel. His goings forth are from everlasting, from the ancient days." He then says in Jeremiah chapter 23 verses 5 and 6, "Behold, the days are coming, declares Yahweh, when I will raise up for David a righteous branch, and he will reign as king and prosper, and do justice and righteousness in the land. In his days Judah will be saved, and Israel will dwell securely. And this is his name by which he will be called, Yahweh our righteousness." To which Psalm chapter 2 verse 6 says, "But as for me, I have installed my king upon Zion, my holy mountain." Continuing on to Isaiah chapter 52 verse 7, which says, "How lovely on the mountains are the feet of him who proclaims good news, who announces peace and proclaims good news of good things, who announces salvation and says to Zion, your God reigns." He then says in chapter 62 verse 11, "Behold, Yahweh has announced to the end of the earth. Say to the daughter of Zion, behold, your salvation comes." To which Zechariah chapter 9 verse 9 says, "Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Make a loud shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, your king is coming to you. He is righteous and endowed with salvation, lowly and mounted on a donkey, even on a colt, the foal of a pack animal." Now the special thing about this prophecy is that Jesus fulfills it according to all four gospels. Mark chapter 11 verses 1 through 7, Luke chapter 19 verses 28 to 36, Matthew chapter 21 verses 1 to 7, and my personal favorite, John chapter 12 verses 12 to 15. All of these passages record Jesus as the king riding on the donkey. And this is why Matthew says in chapter 2 verses 1 to 6, "Now after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, Magi from the east arrived in Jerusalem, saying, Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star in the east and have come to worship him." And when Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And gathering together all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he was inquiring of them where the Christ was to be born. And they said to him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for this is what has been written by the prophet. And you, Bethlehem, land of Judah, are by no means least among the leaders of Judah. For out of you shall come forth a leader who will shepherd my people Israel." So the conclusion here is simple. You need to lace up your boots, buddy. You tripping.
I keep that sword and chop down trees, and I got God, it's all I need. I don't know about your walk, but my breakthrough was on my knees.